Right, I've just taken a delivery that I'm really excited about. So if any of you have watched any of my previous videos talking about my favourite locale, it's Everglades. I've been looking for a long time to try and find a new bloodline for the UK to start breeding Everglades again, and I found them. So I'm about to unbox my new Everglades spiders, and stick with me, and I'm going to be putting together some new enclosures. So I've got pretty much everything I need here. I've got a couple of enclosures. I've got two beautiful spiders that I've just opened up and had a look at, and I'm so excited to show you. They're absolutely stunning. I think I've got everything I need here. Got my coir, got my substrate, got a few bits of artificial foliage going on. Got my cup of tea, which is really important. So I am about to build two new enclosures for my two new Everglades females. So I'm going to use one of my Domus V1s. It has been used before, but we always like to clean them out and reuse them again. So this one has been used previously for one of my other spiders, but I'm going to set it up all nice and new and fresh for my new females. So I'm just going to pop in just quickly some of our substrate, just cocoa coir in the bottom, just to make sure that if we do have any falls or anything like that, there's a nice soft landing. And it's also quite good for keeping up humidity and that kind of thing, and it's naturally quite mold resistant, so it's quite a good thing to use, really. Spread some of it out a little bit. So I like to make a fairly deep layer at the bottom because I like to put bits of decor in it and things like that. So there's my first one, just with a little bit of substrate at the bottom. I'll put the sphagnum moss in afterwards probably, because I'm going to position it around some of the decor. So I've got a nice big piece of cork bark here. I think it should go that way, I think. I quite like to put it sort of up the back towards the side, because then I tend to put some more like flowery bits down the bottom, which I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, I usually put it towards the back because I tend to find that sometimes my spiders like to make little hammocks behind it. If they're feeling a little bit anxious about anything, they can hide at the back there. Pop on the second layer, because my two females that have just arrived are actually quite on the big side, so I think they're actually ready to go in sort of their big enclosures. Actually, I'm going to pop in some artificial foliage, but I just want to snap off some of like the big wiry bits at the back. I've got some nice pink flowers, so I'll probably pop those towards the back, because as it's quite a tall enclosure, I tend to find that if I put some nice big foliage at the back, it gives the spider somewhere else to sort of hide, and it curls over in the right places, and you can sort of arrange it so that it's a little bit more interesting for them, but provides a few more spaces for them to explore and to sort of hide into. With that, I'm sure that'll be good. I've also got a couple of bits of decor to pop on the sides. I've got some sticky leaves. So just to make them stick a little bit better, I tend to sort of spray a little bit and just pop that onto the side. I'm going to be popping the lid on in a second, so I'm going to stick another leaf onto the lid. Yeah, I'm quite liking the way that's looking. So with jumping spiders, it's quite important to put as much decor and enrichment bits and pieces as you can near the top, because they tend to spend the majority of their time at the top of the enclosure. And as these little girls are new to me, I am anticipating they might be a little bit on the nervous side to start off with. So it's a good idea to make sure that they've got quite a busy environment at the top of their enclosure to start off with, just so they've got places to hide if they feel like they need to settle down and start building hammocks. So I'm just placing one of our rope bridges in the top of the enclosure. And the good thing about the rope bridges is we tend to make them quite long so that you can curl them round. You can either curl them to different parts of the enclosures, whether you do it from high to low, or you can just do it from one side to the other, whatever you prefer, or change it around. But they're quite nice to reposition once they're in place. So I've got quite a lot of foliage up there, so I might need to move that, but I'll pop it together and see how it looks. Just going to pop in a small hide temporarily. They probably will need a bigger one eventually, but at the moment I'm just popping that one in there so that there's something to start off with, and a few little ledges. So we've got our curved ledges with this one's just got moss on it. I've also got a few stepping stones that are left over, so I'm just going to put those in. So there's a few different platforms and different heights for them to explore and chill out and rest on whenever they're ready. I might pop those in there actually. Can be a little bit fiddly putting these on sometimes, but I always find that the best thing to do is let the spider sort of settle in for a few days, because you tend to find that after a few days you get to know their kind of favorite spots. It doesn't matter what you put and where you put it. Sometimes you think that you've made it look beautiful exactly how you want it, and your spider goes and makes a hammock in a place that you completely didn't see coming. So I always tend to sort of move things around a little bit after a couple of days. Once I realise where they're sort of settling down, I might rearrange the decor to sort of suit wherever they seem to be happiest. So just going to pop the lid on. So at the moment it's looking nice and busy at the top, which is just what I wanted. As I thought, I might actually move this rope bridge down a tiny bit. Just so that there's a few different ways that they can access different areas of the enclosure a little bit more comfortably. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. So another thing that I really like to do is make sort of like a little garden scene at the bottom of my enclosures, and I just do that with like some little artificial sort of multicolored gypsophilia. I just take the little stems off. I think I might do a bit of a rainbow colour for this one. I'll use a bit of everything, I think. So I just pull off a few individual stems, and then once I've done that, I just kind of place them in like a little bunch in the bottom of the enclosure. I don't think the spiders really engage with it too much, but it's nice for them to look nice, and if they do, they're going to find something a little bit different textures down there and that kind of thing. As I say, the most important thing is to have lots of enrichment going on up nice and high, because that's where the spider will spend the majority of their time. So that's my first enclosure pretty much done. I'm just going to pop in some sphagnum moss just to make sure that there's a nice level humidity going on in there to start off with, and then I shall pop in my first spider. So I just tend to sort of tuck this around the decor that I've placed at the bottom. Yep, I think that's looking pretty good. So I shall give it a quick spray. And there it is, pretty much ready to go. Just spray some of the sides a little bit so that when she gets in there, she can have a little drink. So here's the first of my two new little females, and both of these girls came from Jumping Spiders web, and as always packed with care, and they produce absolutely beautiful, stunning spiders. So here she is. I've already had her out once just to give her a quick check over. If I can get them. There she is. She's absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to see how she gets on in her new enclosure. Need to think of some names. So rather than sort of poking her out, I might just pop this in there so that she can come out and explore in her own time and keep an eye on her and see when she's ready to come out. So then I might be able to get some closer pictures. There you go, my girl. So that's enclosure number 1 done. So here she is. She's just chilling out in her little pot at the moment. Not quite ready to venture out, but as soon as she does, I'll see if I can get some better pictures. Hello, darling. Oh, she's going to be absolutely beautiful. You can come and say hi. You got a new home. Hello, gorgeous girl. You can come say hi. There's a good girl. Oh, she's just realised. Oh, look at you. That's it. Welcome home. Oh, I can't wait to watch her settle in. She looks so excited. Oh, settling in with a nice big poop. Good girl. Hi. Yeah, I know. Look how excited you are. She is a big girl. Look at that on your leaf. Gonna take a bit of time to get your bearings and find out where you are. Make yourself comfortable. Yeah, I know you can see Hannah in the background busy packing away. Go, pretty girl. Oh, got a nice little underside shot there, and she actually looks like she's mature already from that quick snapshot that I got there. Yeah, got a nice mature female there. Pretty girl. So that's enclosure number 1 done. I'm going to go and do the second one now because I have another little female that I'm really excited to get out as well. Another Everglades. So here's enclosure number 2. Pretty much going to do the same again. Put in some substrate. And down on a little bit. Happy with that. Another big piece of cork bark at the back. Might do this one at a slight angle because it's quite big. Section 2. Usually when I get new spiders in, I might start them off in one of the smaller sort of variations of our Domus enclosure, but both of these spiders are, again, they're pretty big. That one's a mature female. This one I think is a sub-adult female, and they're pretty much ready to go in their forever enclosures, so we shall crack on with that. Some more artificial foliage. This one has some nice purple roses. Couple more sticky leaves. Stick. Ta-da. Another little hide, just temporarily until I make them a bigger one. Popping on the top. So looking okay so far. I think the top might just be a little bit too bare. So I'll put some other bits in there. Another rope bridge. Went for blue for both of these girls because I thought it was quite pretty. Nice pastel. So just a pastel blue one going in. Remove the magnets. A bit of the card. Gonna pop in a few little stepping stones. Anyone else? Oops, I put it on the right way around. So this is how we're looking so far. Lid pretty much ready to go on. Just gonna see if I can squeeze that over the foliage there. Awesome. Time for a little bit of sphagnum moss. Gonna just take out a little bunch of this and sort of pop it in a corner. Like that over the back. And give it a little spray. And a little bit up the side so that she can have a drink when she gets in. I just want to pop in some of my gypsophila. I think I forgot to put white in the last one, but I'll put some white in this one as well. So I'll do my little rainbow garden that I like to do. Say hi. Come and tell me what you think of my new enclosure, Leanne. What do you think?
I like it. Pretty.
Nice and colourful. Okay. So I think I'm pretty much there. So I don't know if anybody's like me, but when I have a favourite spider and I lose them due to old age, I tend to get a little bit attached sometimes and a little bit sentimental about bits and pieces that were in their enclosures. I have a few breeding lines from certain locales that are a few generations down now, and through each one I tend to keep a piece of decor or two from mum and take them down to their daughters and that kind of thing. So like an old hide that a mum has been in, or a bunch of flowers or something like that. And for Everglades, for Margot, I actually had this was Margot's favourite ledge, and I've kept it and kept it and kept it. I lost Margot a few years ago, and she was the spider that will always forever stay in my brain because of how special she was. So I kept Margot's favourite hide, and I think that I'm probably going to pop this inside one of these new enclosures, because I'm hoping that with my two gorgeous males that I have got as well, which are both, one's about an I7 and one is a sub-adult, so I think he's probably about an I8, I9 at the moment. I'm hoping that with a little bit of success, I might be able to reintroduce some Everglades later on this year, hopefully. and I think that I'm going to pop Margot's ledge in there just for a little bit of luck. So also while I'm here, this is potentially one of these little girls' future mate. This is one of my Everglades boys that I have been growing on, and he's from a completely new bloodline into the UK. So providing he grows up nice and healthy and happy and showing all the traits that we want him to, potentially he could be daddy at some point. He's still, as of yet, unnamed, because I was hoping that once I found my females, I would be able to think of some names that go well in a pairing. So if you can think of anything, please do let me know. And here is my lovely Everglades boy number 2. He's very, very, very excitable at the moment. Oh, you can go say hi to everybody. And he is also nameless at the moment, so I'm hoping that once my girls settle in, maybe I can think of something that will go well with him and his future pair. Good boy, aren't you? You're exploring. So here's both of the enclosures all put together and ready to be explored. She's already gone for a little wander somewhere. I don't know where she is. Oh, she's over the back there. Finding a nice little spot to settle down, I think. You've had a big journey, haven't you? And here's number 2. Still taking in her surroundings at the moment. Not quite sure she's ready to explore, but I'm sure within the next few minutes she'll come out as well to say hi and see where she is. So seeing as this little girl is still getting her bearings, I'm going to pop in this one, Margot's Legacy Ledge. So hopefully this new little girl will spend some time sitting on this ledge just like Margot did. So there she is. There's her ledge. And I think this one has just popped out just to check us out. Hello, gorgeous. There's a big world out here. You're going to have so much fun. So if you want to suggest any names or follow the journey along, see how our breeding line with our new Everglades babies go, keep watching.